You move to the US, earning a high salary in dollars, but by the last week of the month, that money seems to completely disappear. Today, we are building a step-by-step financial engine engineered specifically for immigrants. By the end of this, you will have a clear roadmap to save your first $10,000 in the US, even while sending money back home. To make this work, grab your most recent pay stub and pull up your current bank statements right now. We are going to build this system together, step by step. Standard American financial advice fails to account for the reality of living on a visa. To break out of the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, we have to throw out the generic playbook and deploy a strategy customized for your specific obligations. Step 1 is finding our true baseline. Most budgets fail on day one because people build them around their gross salary. If your offer letter says you make $80,000 a year, federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare will quietly subtract tens of thousands from that total before you ever see it. Look at the pay stub you just pulled up. Ignore the top line entirely. Your real starting point is this bottom line net pay. On an $80,000 salary, you are actually taking home roughly $5,000 a month. A reliable financial engine only works when it is tethered to reality. From this point forward, your net income is the only number we use. The classic American budget divides income into 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. But if you have financial obligations back home, trying to force your life into this model guarantees failure. This diagram shows our adjusted framework. We are keeping 50% for needs and 20% for savings, but we are carving out a dedicated 20% slice specifically for Indian remittances, leaving 10% for your personal wants. Let's apply this to our $5,000 net income. That leaves you $2,500 for rent and groceries, $1,000 to send a family, $500 for dining out and entertainment, and a fully protected $1,000 dedicated entirely to your savings. By strictly walling off that 20% savings category every month, you remove willpower from the equation. At $1,000 a month, your $10,000 goal becomes a mathematical certainty of $12,000 a year. Now we have to ensure you actually have that 20% available to save. To do that, we need to plug 3 specific leaks draining your accounts right now. First is your car insurance. Many new arrivals accept the very first policy they are offered. By running your information through a comparison tool, you can spot rate differences and recapture $50 to $150 a month. Second is your grocery strategy. Swapping premium weekly supermarket runs for bulk buys at wholesale clubs and sourcing staples like dal, rice, and spices from local Indian grocers will reliably cut your food bill in half. The third leak is unused subscriptions. Look at the bank statements you pulled up earlier. Find every streaming platform or delivery app you haven't actively used in the last 30 days and cancel them immediately. Executing just these 3 audits frees up hundreds of dollars. You are fully funding your savings bucket without degrading your current quality of life. You have the cash flowing in, but keeping it sitting in a standard checking account means it is actively losing purchasing power to inflation. This chart shows the difference between a traditional account and a high-yield savings account. Moving a liquid emergency fund into an account yielding 4 to 5% generates hundreds of dollars in interest. This liquid, highly accessible account forms the wide base layer of our wealth structure. For the long-term portion of your savings, we introduce U.S. Treasury I-bonds. These are government-backed assets designed specifically to yield high, risk-free returns that protect your cash from inflation. Any extra savings beyond your emergency fund moves into this middle layer for higher returns. There is a persistent myth that these are only for citizens. As long as you have a Social Security number and meet residency requirements, H1B holders are legally eligible to open an account right on the official Treasury Direct website and buy up to $10,000 a year. By stacking a high-yield savings account beneath inflation-protected I-bonds, your money is locked into an active engine that preserves its value and steadily compounds. We've identified your true net pay, applied the immigrant-adjusted budget, plugged your monthly leaks, and set up your HYSA and I-bond storage system. Following this precise sequence means you don't have to hope you'll have money left over at the end of the month. Saving your first $10,000 becomes an automatic certainty. The absolute peak of that wealth pyramid is your employer 401k match, which requires a specific strategy to navigate safely on a visa. I will be breaking that down in full in the next video. Hit the like button to help the channel out and subscribe so you don't miss that 401k guide. Let me know down in the comments what your biggest financial hurdle is as an immigrant in the US right now.